Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for the Walking Dead universe. And in today's video, we're going to be doing the discussion video for today. We're going to be going over an article from Forbes who basically goes into the, of course, reveal of the Walking Dead spinoffs kind of seeming to wind down now. The spinoffs are kind of coming to their close. In particular, Daryl Dixon and more than likely Dead City as well too. And how they believe that apparently they believe that this could be the setup for the end of The Walking Dead. So, yeah, the end of The Walking Dead. Man, that's a funny word. So, I wanted to kind of go into this a little bit because a lot of people are now saying they're like, okay, we're building to an end. You know, we're building to the end of The Walking Dead. We're building to the conclusion of the story. You know what I mean? Man, I really want to make sure y'all know this. There's a whole other phase being planned for The Walking Dead, guys. So, for anybody that's getting their hopes up saying, oh, they're finally putting this to rest. You know, they're letting the spinoffs end and they're going to leave it there, you know?
Nope!
Sorry to burst your bubble, but that's not what's happening, okay? That is not what's happening. We are getting more spinoffs. We are getting more content. Past these, I guarantee. The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon is ending with Season 4. The rumor is the Dead City is ending with Season 4 as well, so we know that. But the thing is, we know that there's going to be a whole other phase of other things. They've already talked about the potential of doing another Tales of the Walking Dead season. We know that there's other series that they've kind of chucked around ideas for here and there. I guarantee you The Walking Dead is not ending anytime soon. And I guarantee that these spinoffs are not going to be the build to the ending. I really don't. The only thing about any of this that I feel like may be an ending is I feel like if we get a reunion with Rick and Daryl, let's say, at the end of Season 4. Let's say we get that. I do believe that that'll be the last time they ever use Rick's character. I do. I think that'll just be it. I think that's just how they'll do it. Because I feel like it's becoming too much of a hassle to get Andrew Lincoln all the time. And I feel like after this one last time, which you better do this because that's a reunion that we do deserve to see. Once they do that, I don't think we're going to see Rick ever again. I really don't. I think we're basically done with Rick's arc, if you want my honest opinion. I just think there's that one lingering piece that they're going to bring him back to do, you know? Which that's fine. But everybody's saying that, like, oh, yeah, we're going to get a conclusion. You know what I mean? We're going to get an ending. We're building to an ending. I'm like, no, we're just building to a ending for some of the storylines that need wrapping up. You know, after this, I guarantee there'll be a whole new phase released. There's going to be a whole bunch of other spinoffs. Unless AMC, like, cut them off and said, no, you're not doing no more. Like, you know, which I guess that's not impossible. But, you know, to be honest, I really think, and if I'm being honest, if AMC did stop them and said, hey, listen, after Dead City, Daryl Dixon, we'll give you, you know, a season 12 if you want to wrap everything up, but that's it. You know, you're not getting any more, you know, you're not getting any more, you know. I would back that up. I would definitely back that up, but that's not what they're going to do. They're going to do a bunch of spinoffs. They're going to do spinoffs forever. They're going to keep going. All I ask is that you wrap up the main core character stories in these shows or in a season 12 so that we can all walk away with that wrapped up. And then you can do whatever else you want. You know what I mean? You could do anything you want at that point, you know? But thing is, The Walking Dead is such a big brand. You can tell that Gimple wants to drag this out for all it's worth. So I don't see these final 2 seasons of both of these respective shows, both being Dead City and Daryl Dixon, being it. I just simply don't see it. So for Forbes to say that we're building to an end, I think we are when it comes to the results of some of our main characters. Like, I think it's possible that this could be the end of Carol, for sure. I think for Carol's character, this could be the wrap-up of her character. I definitely don't deny that. I feel like Carol is probably going to be wrapped up once this Daryl show is done. Yeah, I do agree with that. But I don't think that's going to be, like it. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's always going to be a Walking Dead something out. Even if Daryl's not in it. Even if Rick's not in it, even if Carol's not in it, you know, or Negan and Maggie for that respect. I think The Walking Dead as a brand will always be something they try to do, whether it's good or bad spinoffs. I just don't see this franchise ending anytime soon. You know, with this next phase that Gimple's talking about and all these other spinoffs that they're discussing, I think they're just bringing these shows to a conclusion, which, for all we know, was the plan the entire time. You know what I mean? And then they're just going to do more spinoffs, you know? So all I'm asking for is that you leave Daryl and Rick at somewhat of a conclusion so that the people that want to drop off can drop off, and then the people that want to stick around just because they like milked Walking Dead content can stick around, you know? So that's kind of the idea there. Hell, I mean, I'm at a point with the franchise where I don't know if I'll do more spinoffs after the main characters are wrapped up. You know what I mean? Like Rick and Daryl getting a reunion and stuff. At that point, you know, and if let's say you end all the main characters and it's a bunch of new characters, maybe I'll try them, but like at that point, my focus from Walking Dead will be pretty much gone. You know what I mean? So that's kind of another thing right there. But I think Gimple knows that, so he's gonna try to use Daryl. That's why Norman Reedus says, "Oh, Daryl's journey's far from over." It's like, yeah, because they know that people will watch Daryl if they keep releasing content with him. You know, that's my problem. They're not doing this because they have a deep story reason, which that's a problem. They're doing this because they just want to do it. You know what I mean? They just want to do it. They just want to try new things. They just want to keep The Walking Dead around for as long as possible. You know, obviously, you know, help Gimple's paycheck, you know what I mean? And certain other ignorant frickin', you know, person behind the scenes that I will not mention. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Someone that was very rude about the way that we criticize entertainment, you know. If you know, you know, if you've seen the previous videos. So yeah, it's insane, man. The Walking Dead, I'm telling you, listen, my main statement here, it's not ending, you know, it's not going to end. So that's where I'll kind of leave it. But anyway, do you guys think it will though? Let me know. So if you're new to the channel, guys, and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click subscribe button to miss any of the videos. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos very soon. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies need a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.